It is the 7th of November. This is Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Going to visit him today?
Okay, good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Samanach Yerushalayim Kerem Zoom. This is our second shir in the morning. We're going to focus Nasias Kapayim, Siman Kufkav Ches in the Mishnah Berura, and we are now at Sif Katan Nun Beis, which is a hesber of Sif Yud Dal. Let's just review the Mechaber and Sif Yud Dalet, and then we'll go directly to Nun Beis in the Mishnah Berura. Any volunteers to do some reading for us this morning?
Well, seeing as I'm the only one here,
Oh,
I'm here, but my technician set me up on Zoom, and I couldn't get in this morning, so I still have to work on my technology. When are we starting to learn Hanukkah, which I will be able to use in my daily life? Because I'm not really trying to save a guy who's drowning.
you never know. You might be on a street corner one day.
Well, I stay away from such controversial topics. I try to keep things, but okay, that's my shita. But I'm full of shitas, I know, okay. Let's go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we're learning Birkas Kohanim now, which is relevant every day here in Eretz Yisrael and twice a day in Shabbos. We have the mitzvah, and you should know, according to the Sefer Hasidim, you should know that it's a mitzvah aseh, midorais, according to many authorities with Yisrael also, that he participates in Nesias Kipayim, right? Hilkas Hanukkah, you should know, Rav Aaron, as you probably very well know, is a din midorabanan, right? A din midorabanan coming up only eight days every year. Nesias Kipayim here in Eretz Kadosh, in Eretz Yisrael, you have an opportunity. Even Israel has an opportunity to fulfill a mitzvah deraisa every morning by going to shul, and twice when he goes to shul on Shabbos. So,
yes, I was a Jew my whole life, so I'm not used to Nesias Kapayim on a daily basis, even though I daven with the Sfardim, and they did have Nesias Kapayim. Okay, that's history. Let's move on.
Mitzvah strikas kavana. Don't forget that's really have to have kavana for a mitzvah. So you have a good opportunity now in Eretz Yisrael every day. Mitzvah d'oraisa, Nesias Kapayim. The Kohanim get up there, and you think to yourself, "I'm helping them do their mitzvah," and you get a part of a mitzvah too.
Okay, we all need mitzvahs. That's right.
That's what we're here for.
Definitely need mitzvahs.
That's what we're here for. Let's see the Mechaber Sif Yud Daled. Let's see, Eliezer Tzvi or Barry. Would anyone like to, Omer? Anyone like to volunteer to read?
I'll read, no problem.
Okay, fine. Again, let's see the Mechaber Yud Daled, and then we'll go directly to the Mishnah Berura and Sif Katan Nun Beis. That's where we left off last.
Okay, Ein Mevarchin El B'Lashon HaKodesh. They only make the bracha in Hebrew, Uba Mida, and standing, Uvaniyas Kapayim, and with their hands raised, the Kol Ram, and in a loud voice. Okay, Uvaniyas Kapayim, with their hands raised, Umishi Yadov Mirasasin, I guess malformed.
No, they're. I think they're shaped. They shake. They're.
No, okay. Any yachol lahagbiya yado, the eno yachol lahagbiya yado, and he can't keep his hands still. Eno nosek kapav afilu b'di'evet. He shouldn't duch. He can't duchen even di'evet.
Right. So he's disqualified for the fact that he can't hold his hands steady. That disqualifies him from the mitzvah of Nesias Kapayim.
Okay. Do you have a ma'akev afil im yasa smuchim sheyu kishurin bekova uverosho? And even if he takes strings, I guess, to tie him to his head and his hat to hold his hand still. Yikones Bahem Yadav to hold his hands with them. So says Lamal to hold his hands up. Lo Mahani, that doesn't help. The Hava Al Yadei Smicha the Anon, because it's you should be rest.
Lomahani, it doesn't benefit him. So you need to, it can't, because it's how they speak. It's through being supported.
Because it's being supported. Okay.
Right, it's being supported. Anan and we.
The Anan, the Inyan She Yasu Yadehem Mamish, and we who
we require Anan Be'ina, we are required to Yadei Mamish. We require that it had to be that the hands are raised mamish. It can't be supported, right? The hands have to be raised. You see a similar halacha, by the way, a similar halacha when you bench on a kais. Benching on a kais, you should litkat kilo hold the kais a tefak. It should be a tefak above the table, right? When you're benching on a kais shel bracha, and you shouldn't use the kais. Shouldn't be supported by anything. It's very, very relevant in the third or fourth course on Pesach, right? That sometimes when people get a little tired and they could be a little bit tipsy already by the third or fourth course on the night of Passover, so they have to be careful that they can be able to hold the course properly.
Does that also apply when you say kiddush?
Yeah. You should be able to hold the course independently from any other support. Whether it's ma'akev, I'm not sure. I have to review the halacha there to know whether it's actually ma'akev. But here, when it comes to Nesias Kapayim, we see that it's ma'akev according to Mr. Berura, even b'diavad, meaning it doesn't help a bit.
When you say kiddush, you have to hold the kos a tefach above the table.
Yeah, that's one of the hidurim. It's a hidur, whether it's ma'akev. I don't believe it's ma'akev.
What do you mean by ma'akev?
Required.
It's required, and if not, you can't fulfill the mitzvah.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I understand, I can double check, but I don't think it's ma'akev. But it's litkakilu. You definitely should hold the kais above the table of one tefach, which is about 4 inches or so.
Okay. Ach im efshalo lagbia l'shah meutim. But if you're allowed to raise your hands, even for just a short time, lagbiu b'shas amiraso, you should hold them up. I guess while you're saying the bracha. Right. Yaniach b'shas hanigunin. And you can put them down while they're chanting, while they're doing a nigunim, ben teva l'teva in each of the brachas. Yasir v'yagbia b'shas amiras teva, and you raise it back up. Next time we're going to say one of the brachas. Kamosha kasab shuvas ksav sofer siman yud gimel ayin sham, and that's what the ksav sofer wrote.
Right. So therefore, for a kohen, if he would have a difficulty in steadying his hands enough to be able to keep them up during the course of the 3 brachas, so first of all, he can't use anything to support his hands, number 1. And number 2, he does give an opportunity for the following scenario, that when he says Yivarechacha, he should lift his hands up. When we don't do a niggin between each and every word. I think some Sfardim do a niggin between every word, but but the shots will call out, so the person the kohen can put his hands down, right? Can put his hands down while the shots is calling out the next word, and then lift them up again, and so on and so forth. That would be the advice of the Chavetz Chaim according to the Chuvas Kasav Sefer. Okay. So now Nun Gimel, it has to also be done out loud. You have to say the brachas of the brachas going out loud.
B'kol ram hainu b'kol beinenu lafuke lachash. I guess loud enough that people can hear you and not silently. Umikol makom pamim sitzar b'kol ram mamish And there's sometimes you require a loud voice, specifically a loud voice. When there's a large sibur, Ubeinyan sheyo kol hakahal shomea kadamrina b'sifri, and you want to make sure that everybody hears it. So if you have a large shul, you need to really speak out in a loud voice to make sure it carries. V'hinei misha kolo tzor, somebody whose voice is weak, she'enu yochel ledaber b'kol b'einenu kulei alma b'lachash, and he always talks, in a very quiet. The chora pashut she'enu yochel l'si kapov v'toshi yetze kodem ritzei. So if somebody does not have a loud voice that would carry to the whole shul, it's better that he does. It's pashut. It's clear that he should not go up in duchen, and he should leave the shul before they do ritzei, so he's not called up.
Right. That's right. So all these things are very, very important that they be done. Again, it should be done b'lashon hakodesh. It should be done midas, standing up, with the hands raised and with a loud voice. And if not, then the coin shouldn't do him. And as he said, should leave before they get to its state. Okay. Tesvav in the Machaber. Let's go ahead.
Okay. V'achakach matchil shalik sibur sim shalom. The shalik sibur begins sim shalom. V'asa koni mazhirin panehem lehechel, and then the Kohanim turn back towards the Aron. V'omrim ribon ha'olamim asinu ma shegazarti alenu asa ata ma shehaftachtu hashkifa. We have done what you asked us to do. Now you should do what you promised to do. Mimon kadshecha mina shemayim uvorech es amko Israel, to send down from shemayim and to bless your people Israel.
Okay.
Haga v'yarichu b'tefila zu. They should lengthen this tefillah ad siyam shaliach tzibur sim shalom, until the shaliach tzibur finishes sim shalom. The she'anu had tzibur amen, and when the congregation answers amen, al shnehem, they're going to answer amen on both of them, on sim shalom and on the amira of the kohanim. And if they're not able to lengthen it, kol kach enough, the omru adir b'marom, they should say adir marom. They should say other things. Kid lakaman, simin kuf lamed. We say other places in order to finish at the same time as the chazan.
Right. Okay. So basically, they should try and coordinate both the shots finishes his sim shalom and the Kohen finish their little prayer here simultaneously. If not, then they get ahead of the shots. Then they can say the Adir Marom. Okay.
Okay. Mishabura ve'omrim ribon. They should say ribon ha'olamim. B'Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, Shamarichin b'nigune hayom, and where there is a nigunim, they're long nigunim when they're saying sim shalom. Tiamtu b'chul. We say hayom tiamtsenu v'chulu. Lo yatchilu lomer ribon ad l'sof. They don't start saying olam until we finish saying biyom tiamtsenu kadeshe yisimu im hakal be'echad. They would finish at the same time as the kehillah.
Right.
Mashe hiftach chatanu she taskim al berhosenu uketisiv v'ani avarachem. to fulfill what you said and where you wrote, I will bless them.
Very good.
Okay. Vishanu at Sibu Amen, when the Sibu answers Amen. Mustabra Vigam Hakonim Shrichen Laonos Amen Al Birchas Hashatz. And it's clear that the Kohanim have to answer Amen for the Sim Shalom of the Hashatz. Yomru Adir Mamron Vichinu Lisayim Keechad Imashatz. And if they were finishing early, they would say Adir Bamarom, and then they would be able to finish together with the Shliach Tzibur.
Right. Very good. Okay. Okay, let's see now. Nun Zayin, that'll bring us to now test sign back into the to the Machaber.
Okay. Ein hakohanim rishayim lahazir panim el ad yat kil shlik sibur sim shalom. Okay, the Kohanim did not have permission to turn their faces back to the Aron until the Shliach Tzibur has begun sim shalom. Venim rishayim lakof etzbo sehem ad ziru paneim. They can't lower their hands until they have turned to face the Aron. Vomdim Sham, and they will stand there. Venom Rashayim La'akar Misham Achi Saim Shlik Sibur Sim Shalom Viesh, and they do not have a permission to return to their seats to move their feet until the Shlik Sibur has finished Sim Shalom. Viesh Misham, and those who say Shetzrichin Lahamtin Achi Samu Hatzibur La'anos Amen Acha Berchas Sim Shalom, and then those who say that they can't come back until the Tzibur has answered Amen after Sim Shalom.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Nun Zayin in the Mr. Brewer.
Okay. The Kof Etzbo Sehem to move their
Actually,
fingers, bend their
yeah,
fingers.
that's actually to bend their fingers. I mean, their hands have been outstretched up until now, right?
Okay.
So they don't have.
I guess to relax their fingers,
Can't fold their fingers underneath here.
The fingers should be spread out until they turn their faces. They did not have permission to move their feet. V'yaziru and to return to their places.
I think they should be careful. Aziru shelo yidabru. Not to be careful not to.
And they should be careful not to talk. Yuridu miaduchanan until they come down from the platform. Afshekvar horidu kapem, even if they've actually turned their faces back towards the Aron.
I'm not sure why we would think they would be talking while they stood up there on the duchen.
Okay. Sheisimu hatzibur. I know rov hatzibur. This would be most of the tzibur. We're talking about amen after sim shalom.
Right.
La'anos amen is that the Kohanim had to answer amen to sim shalom also. The kodem amen adayin lo nistayim habracha, because before the amen they really haven't finished the bracha yet. The achshav, and now shaminig lomer Kohanim biyudason mina duchen Yashar Mehanichaven Shul Yard. Okay, hold on.
I think Yashar might be that they had it was a Yashar Kochach. I mean, the Israeli would say thank you to the Kohanim.
To Kohanim, Shul Yuridu Hakonim Yaduchen Ad V'Acher Shiam Hachatz Kaddish, and therefore, since people say Yashar Koch to the Kohanim, the minhag is that they don't get off the duchen until after the Shliach Tzibur has finished the Kaddish, after the Kaddish Tiskabel after Sim Shalom. Teshalo Yizbatlu Hakonim Baham Me'anas
Amen Yeshmei Rabbah.
Amen Yeshua that they will not prevent the Kohanim and the Sibur for saying Amen Yeshua Rabbah as part of the Kaddish. Bishar Amanim the Alidezekbo Shematsui. And they should, and all the other amens that come as part of the Kaddish.
Right, which is very common. Meaning they would, if they come down too early while they're in the middle of the Kaddish, it'll make a big disruption.
Tumult in the tzibur, right?
Right. Let's see. Okay. Next we can go into Yud Zayin in the Mechaber.
Kisha Makzirin Pinim Ben B'Tchila Ben B'Sof, when they turn their faces, whether at the beginning or at the end, Lo Yakziu El Derekim, they only turn to the right.
Right. In both cases, going out and coming back is always turning to the right.
Haga Mishiyori Min Teva Lo Yagu B'Minalehem Mutofnim. They don't put their shoes on right away.
That 1 second. 1 second. Here. Yeah, when they come down from the Duchan, when they come down from the Duchan, no Yigabim Leim, they shouldn't touch their shoes. That are dirty. Shoes that are dirty. Nogim Yoto Yadayim. And if they do touch their shoes, they should wash their hands. The tefillah for davening. For the davening, they're going to say afterwards.
Okay, hold on. I got lost. Hold on a second.
Again, the remark, if you want.
Hold on.
In Yud Zayin.
Hold. Give me 1 second.
Take your time, don't worry. Mechaber Yud Zayin. Go back to the Mechaber.
Yeah, I hold on. Okay, I just got. Okay, hold on. I'm. Nope. I'm confused. So which
Simen Kuf Chav Ches.
Yeah.
Sif Yud Zayin.
Okay, which Mishna Berura?
Mishna Berura, that would be Samech Samech Aleph. You have to turn right. They always turn right.
Yeah. I know. My display got all messed up. So let somebody else take it over because it's going to take me a second to get everything back.
Yeah, well, actually, our time is about done.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what I think. Probably a good idea, since Hanukkah is on the way. Maybe we'll take a little break here now for a few weeks till we get ready for Hanukkah. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Hanukkah is in the 6th volume of the Mr. Brewer. Okay. So Blinetta, tomorrow we can start the Hilchos Hanukkah.
Okay,
To make
anyone
Aaron
want-
happy.
Okay, if anyone wants to bring some donuts or lattes, that'll be good too.
Lou, what's the link for Rabbi Levitt today?
Same as normal. You want me to mail it to you?
I've got it. I just want to know which one we're using. That's fine. No problem.
It's a normal one for him, not for me.
Right, gotcha. Okay, thanks.
Everyone have a good day. See you tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
Shalom.
Rabbi, are you still working on that name for me?
Yeah, I looked in one place at the names. It didn't have any. There were no women's names that started with the letter Chaf that I saw. So
Uh-huh.
So at this point, I would just say until I find something to the opposite, I wouldn't think about changing anything yet. Right.
Okay. All right.
So-
Appreciate your help.
Okay, and you said the yard site's coming what up on Wednesday? Is it? I think. Sam?
It's on Tuesday, the 16th.
Okay. So we have time. Okay. Well, I'll see if I have anything to add for that
Great.
as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Amen. Bye-bye.
Shalom.